Okay, starting with number 1. Here's where it's similar to last week's. We're working with these fractions here, and in order to add, we have to have a common denominator. So we are going to work on getting a common denominator amongst these 3 terms. So for example, for this first one, for the 10, I would multiply by x plus 3 to try to get it looking like this. And then whatever I do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. And then for this right here, I can multiply this by 10. So multiply this by 10. So then I get the 10x plus 3 that I have here. And whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. And then for this one with the 2, what we're going to do for that is multiply by 5 to get the 10 and the x plus 3. So 2 times 5 is 10. That's why we chose that. Then whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. Okay, so now I'm going to write this all out with the common denominator. 10 times 2 is 20, so I'll put that 20 over 10x plus 3 plus 3 times 5, 15, x plus 3. Like this. Okay, now that we're at this point and all the denominators are the same, we're actually going to get rid of those denominators. So when you have a denominator like that, you can multiply this whole side by 10 times x plus 3. Like you multiply the whole equation and multiply this side by 10 times x plus 3. And then what happens is all the denominators just cancel out. This cancels with this, and this cancels with this. And then we're just working with what's on top, so I'm going to write that all out. 20 plus 15 times x plus 3 equals 19 times x plus 3. Okay, and now we just solve for x. So I'm going to distribute here and here. Distribute meaning multiply that by both of these terms and write it out. 20 plus 15x plus 45. 19 times 3 is 57. Okay, and we get x equals 2. Then the last step is we need to just check and make sure that solution works. And the way we check it is we plug it into this factor, x plus 3. So 2 plus 3, as long as that doesn't equal 0, so like it can't equal 0, then it's a good solution. Okay, now we repeat for number 2. So move this over. Number 2 right here, same thing. We need a common denominator for all 3 of those terms. So here we go. This y minus 2, I'm going to just multiply the 6 by y minus 2. Whatever I do there, I do to the top. Then for the y minus 2, I can just multiply that by 6 and multiply the numerator by 6. Then for the whole number, we'll make the denominator 6y minus 2, and then just multiply this by 6y minus 2.
Wouldn't you have to multiply by 3 to get 6?
Oh, true. Or no. Well, whatever you do to the bottom, do to the top. So no, it wouldn't be.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't get you to 6 times y minus 2. That'll get you to...
I just want, we just want the denominator to be 6y minus 2.
Oh.
Yeah, so like 1 times 6y, and then whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. Okay. Now I'm going to rewrite it with the new denominator. 30 over 6y minus 2 plus 12y minus 2 over 6y minus 2 then multiply this whole thing by 6y minus 2. Then everything cancels. And as I rewrite all this out, I'm just going to distribute as I go just to save myself the extra step. So 30 plus 12y minus 24 equals 17y minus 34.
Move the paper down.
Sure. Oh, sorry. There you go. Can you guys turn your... Peyton, turn it off. Thank you. Okay, then for the next one, looks a little bit different just because we have that quadratic there. But when you break this up into two terms, two numbers that multiply to 48, add to negative 14 would be negative 6 and negative 8. These factors would be x minus 6, x minus 8, which is convenient because that's what we have kind of here. So once you have that in two factors, then you can realize that all you have to do is multiply this by x minus 6. Of course, do that to the top as well. Yeah, I don't know whether to zoom out or zoom in. I don't know. But then it gets really small. I don't know. Okay, now I'm going to write this whole thing out. Then multiplying the whole thing by x minus 6, x minus 8. Then this cancels this, this, and this. now I'm going to, as I write this down, I'm just going to distribute as I go to save myself the step. So 14x minus 14 times 6, I think it's 84. Yeah. 84 minus 5x plus 40 equals 82.
What would happen if it did equal 0?
You have to throw it out.
You just did something wrong?
No, you just like, it can't be a solution. We'll have an example where it happens. Okay. Number 4. 4 is very similar to the last one. This quadratic here, the factors for it, you can kind of look over here. Two numbers that multiply to -8 add to 2 would be 4 and -2. So these factors are p minus 2, p plus 4. And then to make a common denominator, multiply this by p minus 2 and multiply this by p plus 4. And then I'm going to write it all out.
Does it matter what order they're in?
As for the denominator,
Yeah.
technically no, I guess I keep switching them a little bit, but because it's just factors, it doesn't matter which order. Okay, so then all this cancels out. I'm gonna rewrite this out. Oh wait, that's a plus right here. Okay. Then number 5, just one more example, similar, same process. Factors for this would be x plus 2, x minus 5. Two numbers that multiply to -10 add to -3. That's that. Then multiply this by x minus 5. Okay. And then writing this whole thing out, x squared minus 5x plus 7x plus 14 equals 14. At this point, I'm thinking I might have to factor, but in order to factor, I would need it equal to 0. So I subtract 14. And then the 14 just canceled. I'm just left with this. So I'm not going to factor it like I was expecting, but we can take an x out of both of that. So then it becomes x plus 2 equals 0. So x equals 0, and then x plus 2 equals 0. And x equals negative 2. So this one has potentially 2 solutions. But then we go to check it using these two numbers. So 0 minus 5, 0 plus 2 does not equal 0, does not equal 0. And then I go to check negative 2. Negative 2 minus 5 doesn't equal 0, that's good. But negative 2 plus 2 does equal 0. That can't happen, so therefore we take out the negative 2, and the answer is just the 0. And that's all we're going to do for examples. As far as homework, it's 5 questions. You can get a laptop, get started on it.